Hello everyone, welcome to the session. In today's session, we are going to learn field history tracking in Salesforce. So let's proceed and understand what does we mean by field history tracking. So let's try to understand it with the help of example. So you all know that updating a field value is very common thing because it is very necessary to make your data updated. If you want to grow up your business or want to contact someone or communicate someone, it is very necessary that you have their updated details. So updation is very important, you all know that. But suppose that you got a task to update a record of a Henry, but by mistaken you have updated the record of a Jack. Now after 15 days you have remembered that by mistakenly you have updated the record of a Jack, but you need to update the record of Henry. So now the problem arises how you can correct it, because we are human, we are not able to remember all the things for such a long time. Maybe someone has sharp memory, they can remember it, but most of the cases it's not possible to remember that record of some particular user for such a long period. So now to update it, there are only two solutions. That you need to talk with Jack what was their correct information and you updated it again. But this solutions not work in your case because you have updated their record in which the contact number is also get updated. So you have wrongly written up their contact number. Now how you can contact Mr. Jack? And the next solution is that if you have a feature of some tracking that it notes down the what was the previous value, what was the new value, then it is possible that you can see from somewhere that the previous value of the contact number is this and the correct value is that. So this feature is very good, and in Salesforce we have this feature named as a field history tracking that helps you to keep a record of a changes to of a certain field, so you can see what the value were before, who made the changes, and when we make the changes, and what was the new value. So in case if you want to check the previous value, you can easily check up. And in Salesforce you can track this fields history for up to 20 fields only for a particular object. Suppose you have a object of a context. Now you are only allowed to track only 20 fields of this context. If you have 30 fields in the contact object, you are only allowed to track the 20 fields. Okay, and once you enable this feature, the field history tracking feature in Salesforce, it shows you the history of the fields in a special section named as a field history related list of an object. Moving ahead, in field history we have one more feature named as a field audit trial. If you have not enabled this, the field history data is kept only up to for 18 months, and if you assessed it with the API, then it's retained up to 24 months. But if you enable this field audit trial, the data is kept until you decide to delete it manually. So it's a very good thing to enable this field audit trial. Now maybe the question arises in your mind, it keeps your storage, but note one thing, that this tracking data doesn't count against your storage limit. Okay, so there is no problem of a storage in that. Moreover, this field history tracking can also help you to understand when a non-human user is making updates to a field, such as when a process builder making a changes to a field value, or when an integration user updates a record from the external website form. So it's a very good feature for the field history tracking also. So I hope you have clearly understood what does we mean by a field history tracking. So now we will proceed and learn to set up the field history tracking in Salesforce Lightning. So the first step is to log in into your Salesforce account as an administrator with the help of your credentials, and make sure that you are logged into the Lightning experience, as we are working on how to set up the field level security in Salesforce Lightning. So by default we are always landed to the home page. So your next step would be click on the gear icon that is given on the top right side, and from here you will get the option of a setup for the current app. you need to click on it and it will open up a new tab. It's take you to the new tab where you will see a main home setup page. So once you located on the main setup home page of a lightning experience, your next step is to click on the object manager that is given on the top of a navigation bar. Here you can see that. Click on that option. Once you click on that object manager, it's take you to the page where you will get the list of objects in a Salesforce. Now it's time to choose up the object for whom you want to enable its field history tracking. So let's suppose we will enable it for the contact one. So here I search for the contact. So either you can scroll down one by one and read all the objects, or you can simply click on the quick find box that is given on the top right side and search for the contacts here. Once you enter the contacts, it will search up the contact and give you the result. So here you can see that I get a contact object. I click on that. When I click on, it's take me to the page regarding to the contacts. Now on the left sidebar, we have a fields and relationship option. Click on that one and it open up the page for field and relationship. Now on the right side, we have a button named as a set history tracking. Okay, you need to click on it for setting up a history tracking. So once you click, it take you to the page where you can set up the contact field history. By default it is disabled. If you want to enable it, you need to click on the checkbox that is given next to the enable contact history. Once you click, it open up the next section and it written that this page allow you to select the fields that you want to track on the contact history related list. Whenever a user modify any field selected below, the old and new field value are added to the history related list as well as with the date and time and the nature of the change, even with the user making the changes. Okay, you get all such things, but there is one note that you need to remember, that for the multi-select pick list and the large text field values are tracked as edited. Their old and new values are not recorded. If you want to track up the field that is type of a multi-select pick list and of a large text field, you are not able to get the old and new field value. You will only get the edit date, edit time, and who changes it. Okay, now you can see that it shows you the list of the fields. Here it has a track old and new value section and track changes only. So as it told you that you are not able to get the old and new values for the text long field, so it differentiate these fields in a track changes only, that for the description field you will only get the date and time, not the old and new value. So let's to check it how it's work, let's check this field as a description first. Next you can select up the fields from old new value. So here I am going to selecting up the here department and mobile. Okay, so here I have totally selected up the three fields: department, mobile, and description. So now I click on the save button once I selected up all the fields. So as you click on a save, it's take you back to the page. So it takes you back to the page of a field and relationship. This process is not completed yet. You have to follow up some other steps also. Now the next thing is that you can see that on the left slider bar you have a page layouts option. Now click on that option. It open up a page layout. For a contact we have 4 layouts, like a contact for marketing, sales and sports, and page layout. Later on we will discuss about page layouts in detail, but now you only need to focus that page layout are type of a designing of a page. Like we have different apps like marketing, sales and sport. All such apps have their different page layout, and there is one common page layout for the contact one. So if you want to make changes to the common one, you can click on the contact layout. If you are making changes on some specific page layout, you can select as per your requirement. You need to click on the contact layout. Once you click on it, it takes you to the page that shows you what your contact layout page should have. Okay, so here you can see that it gives a box on above that has different options like fields, button, quick action. Now scroll down here. Here you will get the option of a related list. Click on it. Okay, once you click, it open up a section where it shows you a quick find. Here you can see that we have multiple fields here. You need to search for the contact history on a quick find box, or either you can directly search from here. So here you can see that I found my field like a contact history. Now our next agenda is to add this to the related list section. Scroll down your page. Here you will get a related list, and you need to drag this contact history from this box and put it in a related list section. Just a second, it gets scrolled. So here you need to drag it and put it here. So you can see that it added the contact history to the related list. Once you added it, you need to click on the save button that is given on the top left side. So once I click on a save, it gives me a message like overwrite user related list customization. You have added or moved related list on this page layout. Do you want these changes to overwrite your user's personal related list customization? Simply click on a yes and proceed. Once you click, it saves your page layout and take you back to the page layout section. So with this, we have completely set up the field history tracking in Salesforce Lightning. So now let's check how it's work. So as I do it for a contact, so let's click on the app launcher given on the left side, that are the 9 dots. Click on it, and here you need to search for the contacts. Okay, here I search for contacts. Once I get the result, I open it, and once it open, it shows me different contacts in Salesforce. So here let's open up a contact randomly. Suppose I want to do this rows one. I click on the drop down and click on the edit option. It open the contact, and here I get the detail of the rows. Now as I have told you, I have changed the mobile number. So here I change this mobile number. Okay, I have setting the description. I can change. Here I enter is randomly I am entering. This is the description. Or the next thing we have changes is a department. So here I change the department also. I click on a save. Once I save it, I click on the name of the contact again that I have changed. It's take me to the page regarding to the specific contacts, and here you can see under the related, I have a section of a contact history. It shows that there are 3 items in it, and you can see the date and the time, the fields, the user who changed it, the original value and the new value. As I have told you, it doesn't show you the original value or the new value for the multi pick list and for the long text. So it doesn't show me the original value and the new value for the description field. It show me for the rest of the fields. So I hope you have understood what does we mean by a contact history and how we set up in a Salesforce Lightning. So now we will proceed and discuss how to set up the field history tracking in Salesforce Classic. So your first step is to log in into your Salesforce Classic account as an administrator with your credentials. Once you successfully logged in, click on the setup option given on the top right side. Once you click on it, it will take you to the new page or a classic setup page. Now scroll down, and on the left sidebar, move yourself to the build section. Under this you can see a customize drop down. Expand it. Here you will get the list of all the objects that are in Salesforce. Now it's time to choose up the object whose field history you want to track. Okay, so let's take an example of a leads this moment. I click on the leads, and to open up the section where I get a option of a fields, a related lookup filters, validation rules, and rest of the options also. So your first step is to click on this fields option. Once you click on it, the fields option, it's take you to the page that shows you all the fields related to that particular option object. And you can see that here on the top we have a option of a set history tracking. Okay, click on that option and it take you to the page where it shows lead field history, and by default it is disabled. You need to check this checkbox and it shows you the list of the fields that are in a lead object, either it a custom one or a standard one. It shows you all the fields. Okay, it divides it in two section: track old and new fields. It this section contains the fields that are of a field type instead of a large text type and the multi-pick list field. And this track change only section contains the list of fields that has field type of a large text and a multi-pick list, because in Salesforce we can't track the old and the new value of the fields that has a field type of a long text and a multi-pick list field. So let's pick up those fields that are mostly under the circumstances of the changes, like person can change their address, person can't change their name. Okay, so there is no need to select up the name field, because you can only track up to 20 fields. So person can change their email, person can never change their gender identity. So there is no need to select all such useless fields that are not necessary to track. Okay, you can select the phone, you can select up the mobile, you can select the website, you can select the annual revenue, you can select up the company, so other also. So here I have selected some of the fields, and you can even select up the description and click on the save button to finally save it. Till this moment I have set up this history tracking and choose up the fields whom I want to track. The process doesn't finish here. Now you again need to scroll down to the build section, and under this leads object you can see we have a option of a page layout. Now click on that option, page layouts. Once you click on that, it takes you to the page layout section where you will see different page layouts. Now click on the page layout that you are needed. Here you have a page layout according to the different applications if you have created, and you have one common page layout that is named as a lead layout. Now once you find it, click on the edit option given next to it, and once you click on it, it takes you to the page of the lead layout. Now here on the top box you need to scroll down, and here you will get the option of a related list, the section that is given on the left side of the box. Here you can see a related list. Click on that, it automatically shows you the fields under the related list and takes you to the related list section downwards also. Now here you need to search for the lead history. So here you will always get an option like a name of the object with the history word. Like in case of a contact you will get a field as a contact history. In case of a lead you will get an option as a lead history. In case of a camping you will get an option of a camping history. Now you find it, drag from this box and add it into the related list section and leave it. Okay, once you drag it here, it adds to this related list section, and after adding it you need to scroll up again, and here you need to click on the save button that is given on the top, and it shows you one pop-up that confirms that you want to change up the page look, and you need to click on the yes to finally save it, and it takes a time and save these things. Now to check how it's work, you need to click on the plus tab that is given on the top, and here you will get the list of the objects. I open up my object, and here I will get the list of all the leads that I have in my system. So now let's try for someone. I click on it, I am going to edit their record. So let's suppose here I have changed its email, and click on the save, and once I click on save, it's take me to the next page regarding to the specific detail of this related lead. And here we have a lead history section, and here it shows me a date, time, user who changed, and shows me action that it changed the email from this to that. Okay, it doesn't create two separate columns for a new one and the old one like we have in the case of lightning, that it shows you column like a field name and the old value and the new value. It shows you in a one section in a action column that the email field is changed from this to that value. So with this we have completed our today's session, and in the next session we will learn about the record level security.